Aren't we clever? Aren't your sons very clever, and your daughters? Don't you think? Look, you should be proud of us. Look at CERN. Look what we can do. Oh yes. Oh yes, Father. And we'll sort things out that you can't, that you won't, that you refuse. And all these wicked people, we're going to wipe them out. We'll do it for you, Father. This is crooked thinking. Father will let you do what you plan to do. It's not my Father's, but he's going to allow you to do this. You're going to lynch each other in the banking system. No one trusts anyone anymore. The grab for gold is now happening. You're manoeuvring so that you're going to be hedging your bets, but you've got to keep the system going. There's only one way to solve this problem, and that is blow it up. That's what someone's just said. That's what a king said to another king. There is no choice. There is no choice. It is a Red Sea. We have to get rid of all the sin. It is accumulated so much. We have to let it go. But what about all my Illuminati friends? What do we do? What do we do? We look after number one. Right. What do we do? It all has to and clear the books. Clear the books. And we'll come in and we'll set up another, we could buy gold. A digital system of buy gold. Oh, we'll catch them. We'll catch them again. Your gold and your silver, it will not work this time. Transactions will be made by hand. That's the way it will go. All transactions in business. Yeah? You'll not be able to trust the digital world. There's only one way you'll be able to make a deal, and that is go to them personally or have a representative personally to do the deal, whatever it is. This is the way to go. Father is allowing you to destroy yourselves. Yeah? And your gold and your silver, they'll be left to someone else. Talking to you, bankers, corporations, behind the scenes. And yes, you, Mr. Lucifer, that is your message. I want to speak to you. The day that you turned against my father, he left your house. All you have now is your house. Father's not in you. No. But what you retained over those millennia, you thought you were so clever. My father let you. He gave you a responsibility faith in you. Look, ask yourself right now, you arrogant, Father, you can't say forgive me. My Father just said you will not be able to say forgive me. It's gone too far. You cannot you've get yourself into a trap where you cannot connect with Father ever again. You've put yourself in that trap, and now you are desperate. And Father knows you're desperate. Father, what do I say? My Father said, you were given free will. Your destiny is in your own hands. Never come back to Father and say, you did this to me, you did that to me, therefore I try to put you right. Father has given you so much time, and now it is very evident that there will be no change in you. You cannot change. You will not change. For 1,000 years. For 1,000 years. You'll be shit. Your frequency will be closed off. All the words, all the spells, through the media, through politicians, through your advisors, it's all fucked. There's no one you can trust. You can't even trust yourself. You're that far gone now. You're desperate. And you're going to do something so silly. Out of desperation. Your frequency, your spells, your words, it's going to set off something that you wish you'd never done. But you're trapped. You have to do it. There's no other way out. You've got to do it. And you know this, it's going to go your way or Father's way. The Red Sea. Off it goes. Where it goes, no one knows but my Father. Those who have entered into heaven itself, the 144,000, vibrate my Father's kingdom. My Father's kingdom of love is within them, whether they're just a housewife, a menial task person, undercover bosses is what they are. They have observed what goes on. They've allowed themselves to be put in positions of people having great authority over them, to learn that kind of authority given in the wrong hands oh, how deadly this is. They've done this to me, they've done that to me, and Father allowed you, sweetheart, to be put in those positions. Undercover boss. You didn't even realise you were undercover boss, did you? Ah, but you were. Now you can look back and think, wow, I can use that, I can use that, I can use that, use that, use that. That's a correction. Whoa, Father. And now you're ready for kingship. The kingdom is within. Paradise is within. New Jerusalem has arrived. It is here. From above, down below. Oh, but Joseph, you know, I've got a family. I've got to look after children. I've got someone who's interfering in my life, and just I can't seem to get any peace. They're like viruses coming into my house, into my temple, and I find it hard to cope. I get that. I get that. You see, wherever there's third parties, we'll always have problems. It's a frequency coming in, disturbing the other two frequencies. So that frequency comes in and disturbs this frequency. Adam and Eve were vibrating absolutely incredible until the third one came in the frequency. This Lucifer had a seed that he implanted. The words, a virus, a seed that germinated in Eve. She became Eve, evil within herself, evil, because before she was a woman, the womb man. Then she became Eve. Yeah. There's a brother, a prophet, gets that. Yeah. Every time I go on my walks, I haven't been on my walk today, I see robins. It reminds me of Robin. Robin, yeah, Robin. You're doing great. Yeah, man. We understand who we are, where we're from, the 144,000. It is a government, it is a kingdom based on 144,000 men and women, equal partners in the body, male and female. No third parties. Father, that's why Yeshua was so adamant about this. You know, he said, you ought to protect your house from invaders. Yeah. Helped them so many times trying to understand how to protect yourself from invaders. From Mr. Lucifer and his fucking hordes, all his demons. Pretend to be some of them are hard to tell, because they come over as beautiful Christians, but they're actors, beautiful Jews, beautiful Muslims, and they're very convincing. so convincing that they come into the church, I've known it, pretend to be Christian, pretend to be all this fucking goody good too, shoes, you know what I mean, and all he wants is this fucking beautiful girl, and he gets her, and when she's married, she realises he's not a fucking 144, he vibrates Mr. Lucifer, who pretends to be a good angel. Yeah. And then they're stuck. They're stuck with Lucifer. Yeah. So, let's get this straight. How does the spirit of Yeshua enter into someone? It can only be through words. For those who were there with him in the first century, they could touch him, and you know, that was a special. Yeah. But with us, he comes in his parousia. Parousia in the Greek is a presence. It's a presence. You are the parousia, the body of Christ. The great cloud of witnesses are the parousia. You know, the people are looking. The Jews are looking for the promised Messiah. We are the body, the Mashiach. It is made up of the 144,000, not just one, not just Yeshua. How many times did he try and get this over? Come, sit on my throne. Come on. Hey, Mary. Mary? Come on, sweetheart. Come on, sweetheart. You sit on my throne with me. Well, me, I'm not much of a... I just do this, that, and the other. All those who've got menial tasks, 144s, undercover boss, remember who you are. You were there for a reason. Sweeping up. Did you know what the butler heard? Did you ever hear what the butler heard? Huh? Huh? Oh yes, the princess died. Oh, the butler heard a lot. Oh yes. Don't underestimate what position you are. Father uses it's to get in, to see what's going on. We're undercover bosses. Yeah. Even in our families. Let's say you don't get anywhere. You're not a preacher. You're not doing. You do nothing. But you held the kingdom within you, and people could see the kingdom. The kingdom is in the house. And everybody, your children, they look at you and say, my mom, she's amazing. She's like an angel. My mom, she's the most beautiful woman. My mom. That's because there's great responsibility. If you can run a household, you sisters, if you can run a household, to run a household, it's exactly the same as a big company. And you women, you run a tight ship. You run a really good ship. You've got your children doing their chores. You've got everything in order. And you think, well, I haven't got much. This is just a... Do you still not get it? I've got these blue flashes coming in my eyes. ever since I saw that, that sun. Do you know what? I still don't know whether that was a Kachina sun. It was shining through the, you know, sometimes you get a reflection off something if you've got double glazing. But how could it, here's the sun, right? And it was moving as I was doing the video, you'd imagine it. And it was over here, this blue one was over here, exactly the same size. And then I was doing the video, and then when I was nearly finished, I looked over and the sun was just in those trees dropping. This blue one had dropped, jumped over. And I said, is that possible? Can a reflection jump over? The angle wasn't right to do that, because I know about angles. With being an artist, I know about vanishing points, you know, and the video I did, yeah, you know the blue fire. I've actually seen, I literally see that. I've seen it. It's a transparent in the eyes. It was the most wonderful experience. And I just had a little tiny flash of it just there now. And the camera went like a zip, blew it, zip, just for a moment, zip. Anyway, for all of yours, for the children, I was going to get part of it, it matter what. You know, I like it, what I say, so you know what sometimes happens to me? All of a sudden you just start talking double Dutch. It just comes out. And I'm thinking, well, they're not understanding where, but I'm going to get I did it. What was it? You didn't understand a word I said, did you? That's why sometimes, you know, in the Bible times, there's people who spoke in tongues. But you've got to be, it's no good having a full meeting in tongues if you've got English speaking people. You'd have to have somebody interpreting what was being said. You know? Oh yeah, man. Otherwise you're just blowing your own fucking trumpet. Look at me. Look how clever I am. I speak in tongues. Is that your fucking motive? It's for people to look at you and say, oh, he's got the gift of tongues. Well, I've got the gift of tongues. Shut the fuck up. And there are those who do speak in tongues. But I'll bring a new tongue. It's a new language. It was prophesied that we would learn a new language. It is the connection with Father, observing everything, being enlightened, not missing what Father sends us, not saying, oh, that was just a coincidence. Was it? Think about it. Think about this. Because your ascension has begun. And I'm going to end off by saying this. Remember the three. No third parties in the body of Christ. Satanic influence is a virus that we must block, not let into our house, our tent. We only wish our Father to dwell Yeshua wants you to do that. Yes, sit on my throne with me as I sit on my Father's throne. The same principle. Yeah? So how do you sit on the throne? It is the kingly authority that you know who you are. Enlightenment came. All those things you've been through. It is his Father more than you. Are you going to doubt my Father? He's the greatest. He's the greatest of all. And if you're a bit of clay, you've got to allow him. Don't go away from him. Because he's going to make a beautiful vase. You're going to be like, incredible. But you've got to give Father time to allow that to happen, you see. And believe me, Father creates in perfection. You mean to say, Father, that you're going to create your woman perfect? Yeah, man. Not a blemish. Not one blemish. Not one blemish. End off by saying how much I love him. And tell him to keep out. Yeah, okay. My father said this. And I've got to go now. My father said this. My love is so great. I see a beautiful child and he looks, or she looks at me, and I love that child, that baby, so much. Only a woman who's received the gift of a beautiful child will truly understand. And of course the men as well. We don't give birth, we don't have that privilege. A miracle happens within the womb. Within that womb, wow, from an egg and fertilized, a miracle. You are a miracle. Don't you realize that? That's what you are. And you've come here into the DNA of our parents, Adam and his woman. What were they supposed to be like? Their bodies ascending, growing from being babies in the garden to full maturity spiritually, filling the house with glory. Adam and his wife. The 144,000, some of them have found their partners. Adam and his wife. The picture of the bride and Christ.